before I start, I just want to tell you that the last meeting that we had of the committee, when Brian was talking about the different people that were being honored and things that were happening today, he says, well, I guess we want to find out why these people are hanging around so long. Right, Brian? So I guess that's what I'm going to tell you today, why I'm hanging around so long. Founder is a lonely word, but since 1991, I've never been lonely. So I guess I'm not really a founder in the ordinary sense. When I first went to Wyandanch to see what I could help out with, I met Father John Savini and Ann Druckenmiller, who's with us here today, from the Gerald Ryan Outreach Center. I realized very quickly that very few young women in Wyandanch had graduated from high school. And I knew something about high school education, having been a high school principal in one of my past lives. I decided to try to begin a women's education program, but I had no money and no place to work. So if you want to know how it was at the beginning, that's the way it was. We walked around Wyandanch looking for some place to work, and we didn't know we had to get money before we started. I often have a lot of ideas, but I can't really put them into practice sometimes by myself. Now, the first person who came to help, and then she stayed 7 years with me, was Margaret Bridey. So I'd like to invite Margaret up as the second founder. You're not going to be alone. There are going to be others here soon. So together, Margaret, we rode grants, we bought a trailer, adventures you never thought you would have in your life, and we tried to figure out how to begin a new type of school. Would it work? Would anybody come? We didn't know. What and how should we teach? Somebody from Wyandanch School District said to me one time, what do you teach them? I said, whatever the women have to learn, whatever they don't know, that's what we teach them. And I think that's what we've been doing ever since. What would we name it? The name Opening Word came as a result of Margaret and my reflection on the Word of God and fleshing our teaching of words to open the minds of our women. If you noticed, I was very aware of it this morning. Most of the hymns that we sang this morning was something on the Word of God. Yeah. And that has been so special to us through the years. So that was very special. I was glad Elaine picked them out. Year one, we began with 5 students, 2 borrowed computers, in a part-time classroom over in Wyandanch that we had to set up and move out every day. So that was year one. But by June of '92, we had 20 students, and 2 women had received their high school diplomas. We had formal graduation in Wyandanch that year. Then we asked, what happens next? Where do you go from here? You know, you're starting something, you have 2 people, you have some people coming, you don't know what they have to learn, so it's like day by day. We did plans, we had no books at the beginning because we didn't know what anybody had to learn. So it was a little bit confusing, but it was fun. We had a lot of fun doing it, didn't we? I don't think Margaret thought it was always fun. That with these crazy ideas. Can we bring anyone else to work with us? And where do we go from here? 1993, the Brentwood Josephites asked us to help to start the Opening Word over in Brentwood, which we did. So Margaret and I went and we started our the second Opening Word with the Josephites in Brentwood. They have since moved on to work with the Brentwood School District. And then Sister Lenore and Carol Ann talked to us about replicating the program here at the Mother House. So I'd like to invite Carol Ann and Lenore up as our next founders. Here she is. So really, for the first few years, there were 4 founders. There wasn't one founder. There wouldn't be an Opening Word if it was just this one. there were really the four of us who worked together for quite a few years, trying to figure out the answers to all these questions, and trying to set it up, and trying to get the money, and but then the students started coming, and then the answers came. Because when the students came, when the women came to us, and they trusted us, and we knew we could help them, these were the answers to all the questions. So that was the beauty of the beginning. The sisters here at the Mother House welcomed this outreach and helped us to teach. Suddenly this was serious business, you know, and it was going to last, and we had to set up something more permanent. So in 1995, we became an incorporated not-for-profit corporation. Another thing we learned how to do, how to set up something like that. And we gathered a board of directors. Now, John Orman was the first chair of the board of directors, but there are many people from the board of directors from past and present. And I'd ask them to stand because they have been very important to us. All the board of directors, please. Please stand. Teresa's over there too, I see her. So the board of directors through the years have been just such a wonderful inspiration and support for us through these years. So this again, just a very important group that we worked with. And then as the program began to grow, other sisters came to teach with us. So I think we have a group 2 of the founders. Ernie Wenz, Kathy Finan, Judy Flanagan, Mary Nolan, and Nan Fitzgerald. Please come up. This is group 2 of the founders of this program. Demographic changes in the area caused us to move into an ESOL program, English for Speakers of Other Languages. And the demand for classes exploded. We saw the need and wanted to expand, but we needed money to do this. We could just about get through these 2 sites, Amityville and Wyandanch. In 2006, the program received a significant bequest from the will of Patricia Koenig, a woman from Centerport, who knew she was dying and wanted to leave money to help women. And so the next opening word became possible, and we were welcomed to St. Hugh's Parish in Huntington Station, and we named it the Patricia Koenig site. So the group 3 founders, I'd like to invite them up. Catherine Peluso, Barbara Girardi, Laura Helbig, Ann Sheehan, Lucille DeRosa. From 5 women and 2 borrowed computers and we wound up with 3 full sites and all of these founders over here. And we had our caseworkers who worked with us, and I'd like to invite them up because they've been a very important part of this. Mary Rose Galloy, Margaret Altheiser, Alice Fairchild, Claudia Baruca, and Christina Barrett. Mary Rose, nobody's getting away with singing. So there is not one founder, but many founders. We found each other. We worked and we prayed and we laughed with each other. And we worked hard, and we had wonderful women who came to us and trusted us and have been with us through these years. As you heard this morning, there are close to 2,000 women who have been with us through these years. And it's just unbelievable when you think of how we started. Our volunteers and donors and friends, where would we be without all of you? We are most grateful to each person here and to those who could not be with us, particularly our beloved congregation, the Sisters of St. Dominic, here in Amityville, for the 2 parishes, Wyandanch and Huntington Station, that have welcomed us and worked with us with our women. And our students who are represented by Laura, you'll meet Laura later on. It was either invite one student or 400 students. So as you can see by the size of everything here, we had to go with one student who's being honored representing the others. But there have been close to 2,000 students during these 20 years. So this is not exactly what we imagined in 1991-92. It's even better. What will the future bring? We don't really know right now. But the last lines of the gospel today tell us that God will always be with us, and we do believe that. And God's Spirit will continue to guide us and help us to find one another, to find those who need us, and to become founders. So here are our founders.